Welcome. I want to do a second video for Thirsty Thursday because I'm having fun playing it. This is Bovine Battalion. I think we're at like version 4 now. Blightmakers. I'm just going to start this off with a discussion about Blightmakers. They are supremely overtuned. Of all the cards in this expansion, these are hands down, no question to ask, the best return on investment for provisions that you can get. Period. I don't even think there's a close second. Like there's some cool stuff you can do with gun canes and with Barnard students, but they really are hard to stick in the meta. This meta is quickly evolving into hyper removal, hyper control. It's really gross, very boring and dull. But Blightmakers are just easy points, stupid easy points. So the play you see with them most is you play the Blightmaker for deploy, move a card in your deck to the top of it. If it was a mage, spawn the Guardian in this row. So even if you're just top decking, he's playing for 7 points. Granted, it's only mages. Oh wait, it's not. It's not only mages. It's a special card you spawn and play Cow Carcass, which, you know, isn't the best poisoner in the game, but if you played 2 of these guys, you can get 2 Cow Carcasses, and you can kill 2 units with just 2 poisons. Instead of the typical 4. Granted, there can't be any purifies, blah, blah, blah. There's not that many purifies on ladder right now anyway, so you probably don't even need to worry about it. And what can you top deck with that? Any special card. Yes, that includes Oniro. There's nothing else in the game other than Naglfar that top decks Oniro on your own cards, right? Like, you can play Wear It to do it to an opponent's deck, but you can't do it yourself. With any card other than Naglfar. And how many provisions is Naglfar? 9. How many points does Naglfar play for? 0. It's whatever you tutor out. So being able to do this is just gross. And then that's not to say, that's ignoring the supreme synergy that Blightmaker and Mage Assassin have. So Mage Assassin is pretty trash, to be honest. It caps out at 4 points. The deploy and the summon are the same. The random damage you're playing pretty early anyway, so you kind of know where it's going in my experience, both having it played against me and playing it. So, you know, this card doesn't play for a ton of value, but between them, this is just kind of a dead card, right? So the best analog we have for this are the 5 provision self-tutors, like Imperial Brigade, Hunting Pack. You know, Casino Bouncers is probably the easiest one that you can just play dry without any kind of other interaction. But that only plays for 7 points when you do it that way, if you don't have any coins. Here you're able to get that same value by tutoring out a 4 provision card and not another 5. And you're getting that out plus the Guardian here. So you're not only are you doing 2 damage and you're getting out 9 points on your side of the board, which is an 11-point play, but that's diffused across 3 units that can be in different rows. It just... it's like they didn't really think about everything that this card could do when they made the card, and it just kind of drives me nuts. Like, I feel like at a minimum this should be, if it's a special card, it's any card, by the way, so it doesn't have to be these 2. It's just only these 2 get this value from these additional cards. So you can top deck anything, and then you can get cards easy with Nilfgaard and top decking. You know, one of the easiest ways you can do that is just change your ability into tactical decision. Boom, that's done. You can do it, and you also can top deck often if you want to get often out for free instead of needing Imperial Formation. Like, this is kind of a long diatribe on this, but it just, I can't explain why they felt like this was balanced. It might just be that the rest of the Nilfgaard changes were so mediocre shit that they just felt like this was like what they had to do to get the win rate up for Nilfgaard. But you know, hopefully everyone can agree with this, that Nilfgaard just needs to be tuned, period. Not that it needs like some minor reworks. It needs like a whole top to bottom rethink of how the faction works. You know, new players absolutely... I know so many people that have quit the game because of Nilfgaard, full stop. So many people whose play rates have gone just bottomed out because of Nilfgaard. The seasons where lockdown was the meta have pushed people out of the game, and we're only seeing some people come back because life coach is a thing again, which is great. I'm glad he's back. And because they have so much toxicity, they can't get played. So people who love Nilfgaard, who think Nilfgaard is just like an incredible story of, rags to riches for Emir, or the power of the Empire, or whatever. I'm not a Nilfgaard fan in the lore myself, but people are, and those people should be able to play a deck that other people don't shit on all day. There's better ways to do it. Anyway, this is one of those decks. Bovine Battalion is a great way to just play some clean, wholesome Gwent that doesn't center around gross degeneracy. That is perpetual removal and thoughtless plays where Skamegalol got their name. So here we're doing a bunch of, we can't say no to Blightmaker. It's too much value. I couldn't in good conscience not tell you that. And it's not gross removal. This is only doing 2 damage or getting a poison that you have to get with 2 of these together, because I'm not carrying any other poisons here. You could if you really wanted to, but it's not necessary. This isn't like a hugely interactive deck. Alba Armored Cavalry are playing 5 for 5, and they get the armor, so they're great. They proc the value off of Impure Brigade. They also get you damage from Ardfane Crossbowmen. And then if push comes to shove, you can use Vreemed to boost them and get some really great value off of Vreemed that way as well. So, he's 4 for 6. You can boost 1 unit and he meets his provision cost. Pretty easy to do. And then we're just doing the typical Triss Bone Talisman here. I've had Germain locked, which just made me laugh. I just kind of thought it was hilarious. You don't really need the extra cow. I mean, it's a point. It's literally, he's a 0.33 engine right now, with 5 points staying power, right? So he gets removed, or he's just lock bait. Nothing else in this deck really cares about locks except for Ardfane Crossbowmen. Just make sure to swap these operatives over straight away and you'll be fine. All right, that's that. Let's jump into the game. Oh, and then I do have Peter in here. I do find that he always gets value. The only deck he doesn't really right now is Iced. There's not a whole lot to reset there, but you do take so much damage that you can at least reset one of your own units for a couple of points. But most of the time he's finding his value. Yeah, and it's a new week, so get in on that. I need to get more chipper. No, I don't know. People, I'm not gonna lie to you guys about how I feel, and I don't feel great right now. I feel like this expansion, I know some people love getting this in waves. To me, working a job like mine, when I see something like this, all it tells me is that you're just petering out content to match development scales, right? So essentially, you don't want to have to do a huge rush on getting out 50 cards because it's a lot of work. When you can do it in 24 cards every 3 months, that's much easier. Which, to be fair, I really like CDBR. I think they're pretty honest with us about this game. Maybe not others. Cyberpunk on PlayStation. But I do think actually really highly of them. And Slum Birds are always pretty straight up with us. I just would like to see a little bit more thought put in here. All right, Mage Assassin goes back because he's just target for Blightmaker. We do get 2 Bone Talismans here, and Darylins are great setup for Brigade. Double Cross, you definitely want Peter. I don't want Usurper now, and I don't want that, so cool. So I missed out on Slave Infantry, which... oh no, I do have one, but I missed out on Vergriff and Vreemed. So we'll just keep this, we'll just play this pretty patient here. We'll just go for Darylins. Oh, and we're using Imperial Formation. The boost value, you know, this plays for 11 points with our good friend Offen, so I find it's always just really good value. Oh my gosh. I don't want that. This tells me mill. But being able to get the extra armor is really great. So Row Punish really isn't all that effective if you play the cards correctly. You can get a lot of armor out too. You're so cool. So yeah, I mean, this doesn't really take a whole lot of thinking or finesse. Not a whole lot you have to really even think about there. So I actually think I'm going to go for Triss here just because she's an extra body on the ground. Kind of annoying that I have this Mage Assassin that was forced into my hand by Mata, but here we are. What are you going to do about it? And then we can save some of these other Bone Talisman for later. Oh, jeez. In this case, I think I'm going to replay this Darlin. I could replay the Blightmaker, but this works actually pretty well for my purposes. Hey, Chairman, how's it going? Yeah, we're doing Bovine Battalion. It's playing really well. I went on a 6-minute diatribe you'll have to watch at the beginning of the YouTube about how Blightmaker is the most overpowered character of this whole release in terms of provision value. Oh my gosh, I love these two. These double cross like spy decks are just massive value. It sucks to lose our Blightmaker, but it's probably gonna get him like a spell, I'm guessing, or something. I don't know. I'm not really gonna worry about it a ton. So Alba Armored Cavalry is an enemy unit, so if it was a spell, what I'd do in that situation is just go ahead and use a Slave Infantry to convert the Cow Carcass. That works quite well. A Bone Talisman here should keep us ahead in terms of score. I'd like to probably keep one, but I don't know, this feels like a mill deck, but where the player doesn't really know how to mill super well. I'm just kind of generally confused. We probably need to play one more card to just put this to bed. We lost our Blightmaker, so this Mage Assassin right now looks like a pretty decent option. Just to try to erase this. Why not? I need to keep the option of 2-0ing the opponent. Guessing this is gonna go for another Blightmaker. Yeah, just stupid points. Yeah. That ought to put this to bed. I expect probably Joachim is the best thing the opponent can play in terms of value here. Yes, Slav, this is the most superior deck. Honestly, it's doing pretty well for me. I did go on you missed, and I would have loved to share your commentary, but I think, and I'll still take it now, but I think Blightmaker is the most OP card in terms of provisions this whole expansion. Yeah, and I don't have to worry about like preserving any of the bodies. So, so I was saying the package is points, thinning, and the bodies are great. Cool. Well, that goes, there goes a big part of our strategy. Good luck making up 18 points, you greedy Magoo. Why you play Roderick onto after you've already played? This is stupid. That's not enough points. I guess the opponent's goal here is to just try to hyper thin me. Oh, the opponent getting all kinds of luck here. No cards that synergize with their hands, so they're definitely not going to get the 10 points. Pater gets some like a 2-point reset on Lamp Gin. Plays for 5 total points. There's no assimilates here. This is garbage. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Stop rolling the dice here. Oh, he barely squeaks it out. Man. I mean, Mill is brutal. Yeah, biting off way more than they can chew. But, you know, we still got to deal with Mill here. Luckily, we didn't lose Usurper. Crosswoman's good value. At this point, I'm just looking for Vreemed. Don't really have much use for Slave Infantry anymore. Might go for the full Mill here. You'd mulligan or Nero? Yeah, I should have, huh? Yeah, that was a mistake on my part.
Time to get our hands dirty.
Let's just go for Turkinol to start this value chain. We can just lock him, easy peasy. Bye-bye, Artorias. Guessing another Kingslayer? Yep. Nothing if not predictable.
Here's our chance.
Oh, Vreemed, no! This should be enough value to just put this to sleep. If the construct it spawned, would that be enough of a nerf? Okay, so re-watch and put a comment when I post this video up later today. But my problem with Blightmaker is not just that the construct comes out and not just that a third card comes out. That's broken for a 5 provision card. Is that you can top deck Nero and spawn a poison cow carcass. The only other card that top decks Nero is Naglfar, and it's a 9 provision card that plays for 0 value. It's gross. Like, I love playing with it, but it's really trash, genuinely. He's got to pass here, right? I mean, it sucks to lose 2, but we still are up 2 cards. Yeah, we should have totally mulliganed the Oniro there, but whatever. Whatever. Slave onto one of these guys is as good a value as on a Pater, so we can just play Usurper early. Red coin decks are red coin decks, though. Toss your card first. I don't need to put anything down. I have no working engines. I have no motivation to play anything early. And now it's 4 cards versus 4 cards, and I get 6 points of boost off leader. Man, it's not. It's by no means open and shut, but I do get a. I don't understand this at all.
Time to get our hands dirty.
I don't have a deck, man. Although this is kind of awesome. I lose some points here. I don't really want to feed him this slave infantry. So let's go for usurper. Actually, I'm going to go for often. Often does nothing. No, so I explained this too, Slav. I think not only is formation good value, it's the best protection against row punish. Because you can get all of these soldiers armored. Yeah, there are other options I could use, but it thins well enough that I don't need tactical decision. And being able to get armor every time I play a soldier next to each other, and there are a lot of soldiers, is really good. Okay, she's actually great value. I just don't want to feed her still, don't need to, so we're going to go for usurper.
What is this ridiculous law?
But this is like a 9-point play right here.
Here's our chance.
And I still get last say, even though I only drew 2 cards. Because somebody didn't know how to do math or think ahead. Man, to just throw your Tibor away like that. Maxi doesn't even get enough there. Man, get off my lawn. Not even close. Yeah, Ice just has a good matchup against this deck. Just does. You can't win them all. You can't win them all. You won't. This deck is great against so many other decks, though, and it is just the best way to tech against. To tech against tech, if that's a word or a phrase. What card says that? I like all the time. My wife will say stuff. I think she's be like, "We don't want to shame people." I mean, there is no shame in fear. I'm just like, I like a constant running monologue for the. Oh my gosh, I've played against so much freaking Nilfgaard today. Oh, it's poor PFIs. Yeah, they're the ones who say it. So much freaking Nilfgaard though. Oh my gosh, it's just making me tired playing against so much Nilfgaard. Okay, I don't really value the locks in this matchup. You'll try to win them all, but you won't. Yeah, I'm really glad you put that veil on that Nausicaa sergeant. Got to keep him safe. You never know what people could do. So I kind of have everything here except for Vergriff. So I think instead we'll just go for Blightmakers to thin out a little bit. So you can also top deck Triss to get the extra construct. It's just gross. Like, it should be a Nilfgaard mage and a Nilfgaard special card. At a minimum. Even then, I still think it's broken. You just queue Nilfgaard. It's not like I've been losing. I mean, often when I have like a really bad... When I have like a really bad score, then I get ruined. But I'm doing okay, so, you know. Yeah, I don't... Especially knowing how this deck likes to play. We're just going to thin a little bit here, see if we can top deck Oniro or something pretty soon. We missed out on Brigade, we missed out on Usurper, Oniro. And then we can get Often whenever we want to. We'll probably get out of this round pretty quickly, to be honest. Really don't need 2 slave infantries. So if I really wanted to, I could convert this Duchess Informant, but I don't need to, so it has nominal value. That sucks. I definitely want to save Peter. Crossbowman's great. I'm actually kind of thinking about playing Ramon here. Nah, I don't wanna. Crossbowman's good. I just don't need it. Just trying to remove units so that they can't get row spam. Play this. This is fun. You like Nilfgaard. I tried playing Syndicate. I know some people said that you can't lose with bounties, but I really disagree with that. Bounties are really tricky right now. Especially if you go up against Scoia'tael. Scoia'tael has a lot of veiled units they got this patch. I mean, a win's a win here. I get 1 damage no matter what, so he goes to 22, so I just have to make a 4-point play. I don't know how much value this lock is going to get, so let's just go. You've only seen one Scoia'tael so far? Yeah, Scoia'tael has some really good options. Sorceress is a little bit weird. I've seen people play Mantlet to try to keep her value. You really need to get her to 5 for her to find like really solid value for you, but I mean, she can get there. All right, we got the package now. I'm not even gonna play with this because this is kind of everything I want. I actually no, it's not. I need a bone talisman. Ha ha! Ha ha ha! There's a hero in our midst. That's Bloody Baron. It's that drives my wife nuts. I say that all the time too. Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. Oh, biggest thing, Jermaine doesn't have to go to melee, so don't play him on melee against Gezras. Yeah, Blightmaker and Mage Assassin are in this deck. Those are your new cards. Don't fall for Rant is so easy to play around, and he's only good round 3 in a hyper thin deck. Like, not worth it. Not worth your time, in my opinion. Yeah, me neither. I don't think they didn't mention it in the developer review. Big change. This last game I played like this against Imprisonment, the Yehu committed one against the Germain off the bat, which was on it. Yes, again, locking down my 1 point every 3 turns engine before it's on cooldown. Oh my gosh, you can't make that stuff up. I just don't even know. People, man. Okay, we're gonna go for Turkanol just because I can. History will remember the Enarthian. Yeah, I mean, and now he's just slave infantry target at this point. Which is great. I'm not complaining. I mean, he had so many of these guys out there. I did play against somebody who used Ox one time to lock all of them so that I couldn't use Vergriff. That was annoying, but really inconsequential. Masquerade Bald is just lazy, stupid, silly, lame points against this deck. Just watch. They have really nothing that they can do. It's really just sad what's happened to them. And then you do want to try to play your soldiers between each other. Know that the transform will not get the deploy from this passive. So just be aware of that. As long as you're aware, you'll be okay. You opened a premium and got a legendary. What legendaries did you get? This is excellent for us. It's just another warm body. I do probably want this value. I am at 7 units, so I do need to pull this over. Make Nilfgaard great again. Wonder where they got that. Now I think the lowest values are these operatives. And I'm gonna be able to get the cows 1, 2, 3 units. So let's do this on Turkinol. Just get out the offen here. Oh no! Did I block myself from getting out Vergrove? Oh, I can play this other slave infantry up here. I was like, I knew I had a strategy. I have no idea what men I was gonna get. Probably coup. Experimental remedy. Maybe to kill this Germain? Don't know. Oh, I'm so glad you finished off that locked massive engine. It was getting really out of control for me there. Also, look at this Nausicaa Sergeant. 10 points. Can anybody say Peter Gwenlev? I can't, clearly. So, you know. Let's just get this on range so we have options. I don't want him to be able to replay that, so we'll steal it. The cows are meaningless value, so go ahead and take them if you want them. It's just an impossible mountain to climb. There's just not that many of these in these decks anymore. Not that many aristocrats. You know, like, kill a 6-point unit. Go for it, man. If that makes you feel good inside, you do it. You follow your heart. I don't care what the other kids say. Let's go for Vergrove here. And we get to just convert these cows. Good luck climbing that 40-point mountain. Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you, I'm going to reset all of the value you've built up on your stupid Nausicaa Sergeant.
Long live the Emperor. Drinking can be hazardous to your health.
Yeah, Dead Man's Tongue does give you some flexibility. It's cool, I just don't love it personally. Alright, we can go Vreemed here. Because, you know, value. Boom! So many points! This is so awesome. Oh, he does get a deploy. Unfortunately, we fed him that. We should have clogged up the melee row, but we are where we are at this point. Bye-bye, value. And I should have played him between soldiers in order to get more armor. I'm not really worried about it in a Nilfgaard matchup. This is like a 15-point Bone Talisman at this point with diffused value across all of these units. You go get him, Vincent. You take out that 5-point operative. Wow, look at you. Just racking in the points. Good luck. And he might get 8 here, which makes it only a 30-point game. 26 now? Oh, he does get these 2 engines right here. I'm just going to throw this out there, but Gotorgavet is too little too late. You probably should have gone for Mentor. Yeah, you can have my Trash Trish Telekinesis as your base value. Get off my lawn! Get 2-0'd, you greedy mofos. Stop playing Imprisonment. Stop. Stop doing it. I murdered you with chat tactics yesterday. We're absolutely 2-0 destroying you with Bovine Battalion. Stop playing it. It just makes a miserable experience for you and a miserable experience for everybody you're playing against. It's just dumb. Oh, I hate that it damages units too. It's like you lose the value with Vautier. It just doesn't make any sense. It drives me nuts. I'm okay if Nilfgaard gets like a damage ability, but it should be on par with like Blood Money, where you get to use it once, or Blaze of Glory, you get to use it once. Onslaught should be one of a kind for Skellige, and it'll never get played because it's just so trash. So Freddy Babes put up like a triple dagger video. Like, yeah, I'd say great work if it wasn't something that we hadn't already created like 3 seasons ago. Thankless work. Alright, we got our brigade, so that's nice. Okay, so these go back. Yes, that can get us Germain. Now all we need is either Germain or... So I like to hold these. Blaze of Glory. The lock is of value. And the Darlins just kind of get removed, so I'm going to put them back. Oh my gosh, yes, we're ready to go. Off to the races. This is probably the worst matchup for this deck. So I already said that beforehand. It's just tough. Iced is tough against decks that don't have, you know, great solutions. But we should be able to bleed him a little bit here. We do only have 1 slave infantry, but we can use Ramon to create an extra. But you start these with the Blightmakers. There's no reason to start with anything unless you're, you know, you think you can get the Germain to go off. There's no real value in trying to get them out early. We'll wait for the Alba, get out the Brigade, and then we can probably play the Tris this round, and then use Germain with Fergriff in the next round. So this is just such great tutor value. We do land on the Crow, so cool. And I actually just, against, you know, Germain's really the only person I care about keeping alive, so I might commit 1 leader charge to him. But that's it. Alright, perfect. We're just waiting for somebody to lock. There's our friend. We have him all ready to go. I would not have committed the Bloodthirst onto the 1-point unit. He's already set up, ready to go for you to Blood Eagle already. You don't need to damage him. We're just going ahead and locking that. He's some passive value. You know, you get to click him once every 2 turns. It's fine. It's not fantastic. And I'd rather save the Turkinol here. That makes no sense to me. No idea why you would do that. When you play these, they come down, and then he's going to get 2 armor here because the unit is summoned and then the leader performs. So it's cool. It's whatever. You can also use slave infantries against ice to just preserve against Bloodthirst. I don't know why you would kill off the 1 unit you have Bloodthirst against. Like, maybe you needed your Jenga Fret to lock something. Maybe you know, I don't get it. That was dumb. Could have easily procced against these 2. Maybe you lost against Rose Swarm Talisman before, but I haven't seen that many of these on ladders, so. Oh, jeez. Just found out one of the people I work with the most is leaving. Weird. Absolutely strange. Don't understand that at all. I don't get it. I think the opponent also forgot they're on blue coin here. We need to try to take this to the wire. There's a few different ways we can do that. Good value here. Somewhat hilariously, he's going to set up a bunch of Bloodthirst. This looks like a Witcher's deck. So, in order to play around that a little bit, I'm actually happy to get out my Offen now. He is value later on, but I'm actually pretty happy to do that right now. And I'm going to boost up all these units just so the opponent has no targets. And let's go for Triss and pray that we don't get... Opponent has no bronze specials. Good luck making up 21 points of value. You playing Dijkstra? They've got to pass now. Yeah. Yeah, you got to pass and just take the loss on evens. I'm going to bleed the bejesus out of him one way or the other. But yeah, Dijkstra's model, his model looks really weird. And his sayings aren't that cool. He's just kind of a... Okay, Peter's trash in this deck. Like, best thing he gets you is like a reset on one of your own units. Just not great. This could be really helpful against Arnagod, if that's what we're up against, because people are playing toxic trash lately. I'd like to get one of these Bone Talisman just native. I don't really care all that much about this Crossbowman. Well, here we are. You probably should play these arranged. It's just such force of habit. Alba Armored Cavalry has to be played to melee, so... I don't care about the Crossbowman, but the Crossbowman cared about me. I want to be your friend! So I think we just leave Usurper. That way we have like a big play next round. Oh my gosh. The things people do to deal with Germain are just inane. Alright, well here I get my extra cow. And, you know, technically he is value. I don't know. I mean, technically this is one more point, right? So... Technically, it's one more point. Savage Bear, utter trash. Maybe onto one of these cows, just trying to get rid of the cows. Yeah, bad move. I would definitely would have gone for anybody other than the cows. Bet you wish you had Gerd now, don't you? Iced is just completely and utterly baffled about what to do here. No passive damage from Harald, so that's not a worry. I'm guessing this is going to kill a cow. Yeah, good for you, buddy. Way to get that cow. Let's just get the Crossbowman down. He has value, so... and I think we're done with... We just need to get this Alba Armored Cavalry down on melee. That's it. So I do want the extra armor here. So you'll note he goes up to 4 because he's played between 2 soldiers. So yeah, people just don't know about the cows. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hilarious. Bricked into Morkvarg. Opponent utterly and totally baffled about what to do. Playing a beast, I guess, is some value. We just want the armor value because, you know, we can. Ironically, the damage goes to the Brookfire Hunter. Whatever. You could put Hunting Pack in here as well, because you do have locks, so you do have like a guaranteed way of getting that value. And there's so many doomed units and veiled units in the current meta. That 10 points is not enough, my friend. You're gonna have to try harder than that. Again, well, actually, we'll just take this armor here. This armor is fine. Then we can play Vreemed up here. I have the option to play Usurper if I really want to, but I don't see the upside of that here. He plays for 12 points, and we're gonna get that pretty easily here. We're really close to 12 points. 8, 9, 10, 11. Skjordal coming in to try to remove this armor, I'm guessing. No, just oddly trying to get Bloodthirst, I guess. Iced does get a 7-point removal. But Harald's out. Totem's out. Tryggvi's out. Skjordal's down. Morkvarg's out. The opponent needs to use Heron Kaduk's heal. Morkvarg, Heart of Terror onto this one, I'm guessing. Wow, look at that. Morkvarg playing for 8 total points. Putting the punish down. Get off my lawn. We could have passed there, but I really like 2-0ing this iced, so you know. Probably actually should have just passed. But this way we force the iced and the leader, and I don't even know if the opponent's going to be able to put up enough value here. He doesn't have the Bloodthirst trigger, so he doesn't get the extra unit. So this will come down for 8 points. Oh my gosh. We win! We 2-0'd iced! This deck is the truth! This deck is the actual truth! Oh my gosh! I was just going for the bleed. I'm genuinely stunned. This deck is actually amazing. It cannot lose. I have not lost with this on stream or off. Play this deck. I'm just gonna end it there. Until next time, good luck on the pet. Get out there and keep on Gwenting. Bye for now.